My name is Dana Kamal, Director of International Development, named as the Director of International Business Development at the National Fire Protection Association, NFPA. It gives me pleasure to be here today at the second year of SIBCA 2023. As mentioned by Mr. Ibrahim Larry, SIBCA is a story to tell. SIBCA is a vision that become true, gathering and uniting essential industry leaders from around the globe under one platform. SIBCA, putting all the core industry themes from fire and life safety, from ELV, information, communication, technology, education, all together, and saying, let's put all our innovation and thoughts in SIBCA 2023. SIBCA is special not only because of its dedication and commitment to fostering discussions and advancements of this industry, but also because it's happening regionally and in Abu Dhabi. And we look forward to having it happen from Abu Dhabi to the world, inshallah, soon. NFPA. For more than 127 years, NFPA is founded as a not-for-profit association devoted to eliminate death, injury, economic and property loss due to fire, electrical, and related hazards. We provide more than 300 codes and standards, training, education, research, outreach and advocacy, partnering with those who share our mission. NFPA has been committed also to safety, the future of safety together. And throughout the decades, NFPA continue to empower the industry leaders through all the commitments of fire and life safety, codes, standards, technologies, and others. SIBCA 2023 aims to focus on sustainability, sustainable buildings, environmentally friendly, eco-environment, eco-friendly. And here, we want to talk about environmental controlled and resource-efficient buildings. A number of areas, key principles, no matter what they are, renewable energies, indoor air quality, construction materials, sustainable materials, you name it. Everyone in the room here, no matter what their role is, has a role in being sustainable or in building sustainable environment. Sustainable buildings does not only contribute to environmental conservation, but also offer economic benefits through reduced operating costs, improved occupant health and productivity, and increased property value and lifetime. NFPA. The NFPA ecosystem, which we will have a brief about today, is really an element which is related to a sustainable future. NFPA ecosystem assesses, it's a tool that is utilized to assess and addresses the fire and life safety challenges in a built environment or in a yet-to-be built environment. With that said, sustainable buildings and the NFPA ecosystem leaders will always ensure that there is a holistic approach in terms of safety, code compliance, from structures, from materials, from operations, design, maintenance, you name it in terms of this compliance journey. What is it? The ecosystem. 8 functional areas, which is constituted in a framework. We start with the government responsibility. It always starts with the government, which constitutes a law, a policy, and mandated through the authority having jurisdiction, and it has to be followed through the right partners, and through the right stakeholders, followed by a reference standards, where you need always to have a code, a standard that needs to be in place. These are all elements of an ecosystem that needs to be followed in an ecosystem environment. What else? Development of use of current codes. We don't only have codes, we don't only need to have codes, but we need to ensure they are local, they are understood, they are current, and they are followed and known to our stakeholders who uses them. We need to ensure that every partner in this area and whoever needs to have a sustainable building is going to be compliant to this code. Look to the cycle. We started with a government strategy, we went to a code compliance, we went to a reference standard. Now what? People, resources, those who works with the codes. You need the right people in the right place, with the right knowledge, with the right job specification requirements. Where is this obtained from? From the code itself. What else? Preparedness and emergency response. We have all of this information that has been built, policies, procedures, standards, checklists. All of this is soft knowledge. What happens when we are in the field? How to evaluate our knowledge before the incident, during the incident, after the incident, and who evaluate this? What is the criteria, and how do we know how effective we are in terms of our preparedness? That is part of our ecosystem effectiveness. What comes after that? After that is investment in safety. SIBC is an investment in safety. When all these knowledges, technology, businessmen, partners, thinkers, all of those are coming together to enable thoughts, to enable innovations, to enable ideas to help being safer, more sustainable, more secured, and think of people and asset safety. This is an investment in safety. And last is an informed public. We need to let the right people know who does what and what is the responsibility of every one of them. It's not always the responsibility of the government to handle safety. Yes, we have first responders, but it's not always. There need to be at least an awareness for every role in the occupants in any building to sustain a healthy environment. In summary, let's watch this video, which summarizes an ecosystem story.
Protecting people and property is not a job for one person or organization. Everyone plays a role in working toward establishing a safe environment for all. This is the fire and life safety ecosystem, and there are 8 components. All levels of government have a responsibility to maintain effective policies and regulatory environments that support fire, electrical, building, and life safety. Using the latest codes and standards developed by experts from around the world establishes minimum levels of safety to protect people and property. Reference standards are part of the code, and it is critical that they are applied along with the primary codes and standards. Investing in safety should be everyone's priority. We all must work together to allocate resources to reduce losses. Promoting the development and use of skilled professionals ensures the most current codes and standards are applied correctly to reduce the risk of injuries, loss, and death for workers and the public. The places people live and work are only as safe as the code compliance before, during, and after construction. First responders should feel they are prepared to protect their communities, and their communities should work to prevent and prepare for emergency situations. When given tips and action steps, the public can make better, more informed decisions and take action to protect their home and personal safety. By working together, recommitting to and promoting prevention, protection, and education, we can further our fire and life safety work to help save lives and reduce loss. It's a big world. Let's protect it together.
As you can see, the ecosystem as a framework has cogs, and these cogs are interconnected. And if any issue happens with any cog, at least with one, the rest will be affected. What happens? Incidents, fire. Example, the iconic Havana Hotel, where 22 were killed. Silver Spring in Maryland, 7 dead, 68 were injured, and damages of excess of $1 million. Again, system issues, explosion of cylinder gases, lack of maintenance, again, an ecosystem failure under the ecosystem formula. The hotel mechanical room, installation of boilers, 15 injuries, and imagine that 400 workers were present on the construction site. The incident of a toxic gas blast at the Jordan port, Al-Aqaba port, where it had number of non-compliance at that incident. And the tragedy would happen at the explosion of Beirut ports, which really was the Hiroshima of the region. If an area under the ecosystem get failed, a minimum one, what if it's more? We can move from the before to after situation. The ecosystem, it's not only a model or a picture that we share. It is actually a tool. There is a tool prepared by the Policy Institute of the NFPA, where really the policy makers and those strategy makers on their level can evaluate the culture, can evaluate the society, where do they stand and where do they need to move and improve in terms of the ecosystem areas. How do they stand in terms of the government, emergency preparedness, current code compliance? There are numbers of questions, and it comes with a score in every area, and then there's an evaluation that comes to you to evaluate yourself with a recommendation, of course. Does NFPA supervise this procedure? No, we don't, because it is not our responsibility to know the internal situation of the government. We are not consultant, we are not expert, but we have done such tools to support the fire and life safety awareness in governments and in societies who cares for fire and life safety. Not only that, but on annual basis, there are annual ecosystem reports for catastrophic information that is raised by the Policy Institute. These works as a notable ecosystem failure, success, and lessons learned. They also serve as a valuable asset when it comes to authorities having jurisdiction and their strategies for the future. And as we say, that the ecosystem cogs, they all work together. And if for any reason, if an issue happens with one of these cogs, then the whole ecosystem will be affected. We need to be sustainable, and we need to look at embracing the emerging technology in artificial intelligence, which is actually part of everyone's or every part in our routine life. Look at it: transport, retail, space, education, entertainment. What about fire safety? AI plays an important, significant enhancement in fire safety, but we say it will never replace a role of our firefighters. NFPA works to be more digital, more global, more connected, and more diversified. We work through our partnership throughout the region in the Middle East, and we appreciate our MENA Advisory Committee, Brigadier Mohammed Al-Naimi, who chairs it. Thanks for the leadership. And we continue to say we may not be able to prevent every tragedy from occurring, but working together we'll be able to reduce loss. It's a big world. Let's protect it together. Thank you.